Wham. Boom. Interesting. All right, look. Yeah, I look like shit. None of that matters. We're going to watch this video. We're going to deep dive into the story of Penacony. We're going to deep dive into Penacony. We're going to get into it right now. Spoilers. By the way, spoilers. Spoiler warning. I'll just use his because I'm lazy. Spoilers, guys. Double upload. Here we go. Who or what is Acheron? Fantastic question. Let's keep going. Before the Trailblazer arrives in Penacony, they experience a dream where they meet Acheron. Now, I don't know if he's going to talk about this, but I am. It's going to be a long one, guys. I yap a lot, and I've been holding it in for a while. So let's get to it. This dream, this first sequence, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't done so, I need to get out of this chair. Look, guys, if you haven't done so already, right? You haven't raise. If you guys haven't done so already, okay? Please go get this off. Please go rewatch this first dream sequence in as many answers as possible. Please do it. This first dream sequence, I'm telling you, solves and answers a lot of questions. It answers a lot of questions. We know already from this dream sequence that essentially the whole story is set up in front of us, right? So the story sets up like this. You have this dream sequence. You see in the dream sequence, well, all right, he might talk about this. He might not. But I already started talking about it because I have hyperactive activity. I have ADHD. So you see in the dream sequence a bunch of people, pretty much the entire cast of Penacony, minus Duke Inferno, who got low diffed, neg diffed by Acheron. I'm pretty sure his daughters and Akash, who no one really gives a shit about, but all of them are fine. They're not dead. All that it said in the story is that they spread out and they all went their separate ways. I'm pretty sure they're all alive. The only one that I think is confirmed dead is Duke Inferno. But I don't know that for sure. Anyway, he's probably going to talk about this, but I already started talking about it. So, you see several people in groups of people, parents, in this first dream. You see Silverwolf and Sam, okay? You hear their conversation. You hear Robin and Sunday's conversation. Excuse me. You hear Adventure Time, my boy, my fruity boy. He gay as hell. Anyway, Adventurine and Dr. Aishu's conversation, and this is the important one. This is the important one that makes all of those other conversations really important. You hear Sparkle and Black Swan's conversation. Now, why is Sparkle and Black Swan's conversation important? I'll tell you why. The reason that Sparkle and Black Swan's conversation is important is because that conversation happens word for word, exactly like the conversation at the end of the companion mission with Black Swan and Sparkle, which kind of makes me think that we're not getting a companion mission for Sparkle, which is kind of upsetting, but that companion mission was so good, and it made me fall in love with Sparkle even more, that I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. If all the companion missions are that good moving forward, I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. But the reason, like I said, that all these other conversations now become really important is because the Sparkle conversation with Black Swan happened before we got to Penacony. But even more important than that, it happened. It happened. We're seeing events that happen outside of our own timeline, which means we cannot trust the narration or the events that take place. We don't even know. Because the whole thing's in a dream. We don't know. It's crazy, man. We can't tell if the events have already happened because again, Acheron and others throughout this whole thing, Acheron and Aventurine, and even seemingly Sunday sometimes, but most importantly, Acheron and Aventurine, both throughout 2.0 say that it doesn't matter what we do. Our choices mean nothing. We're worthless. Absolutely worthless. We're cogs. We're cogs, and we just walk like soldier, like marionettes. It doesn't matter. Which this first dream makes it look like that's true. It does. It does. Because that dream, that conversation happening already shows that we've seen everything happen already. Or at least Acheron has seen everything happen already. And this Acheron that we see in the... I'm getting ahead of myself. Because I've been holding this stuff in. And I've been wanting to talk about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. But, here we go. Move my mouse up here. My God. Alright. Before the Trailblazer arrives in Penacony, they experience a dream where they meet Acheron. Yes, true. She introduces herself as a Galaxy Ranger to us. Doubt. Granted, we've never seen other Galaxy Rangers. For quick lore in Galaxy Rangers, like the Cienjo Alliance, they also follow the hunt. But they're more like, oh, now I can't remember the frickin' classic Mr. T. I want to say like Team Alpha or team. It's not Team America, but like it is the A-Team. It is the A-Team. It is the A-Team. Yeah, they're more like the A-Team for the Galaxy, pretty much. And they follow the path of the hunt.
Did she say she's a Galaxy Ranger?
But later in the mission, Aventurine reveals her to be an emanator of an unknown eon. We know from character leaks, from dreams, and well, not even from dreams, and leaks. I forgot she was already drip marketed. Yeah, she's Nihility. She's an emanator of Nihility.
She's actually an emanator.
Or Finality. They could pull a fast one just because her character is Nihility doesn't necessarily mean that her lore follows Nihility. She could be an emanator of the Finality. It's possible. Not likely, but possible. Yep. If you don't know, emanators are individuals capable of drawing powers directly from their past thanks to eons. So far, we know of Herta, Fantilia, and Aventurine's boss, Diamond, to be emanators. Throughout this encounter, Acheron seems to know the Trailblazer from somewhere. That too. Again, showing us that the narrator, we don't really have a narrator, so to speak, but like in that case, the series of events that are being unfolded to us, we cannot trust. It's unreliable. Because again, Acheron shows things that like have already happened. And when we meet Sunday, or not Sunday, when we see Robin dead, it's already happened. Right? And those conversations, I'm telling you guys, go back, listen to these conversations that happen in 2.0. We know Silverwolf is somewhere on Penacony. Well, she doesn't have to be on Penacony. She can have her clone be there. It's Silverwolf. She can hack shit. It's crazy. Oh my God, I drink too much coffee. So there's that, right? Silverwolf's crazy. Sam, we'll get into Sam. But Sam and Silverwolf's conversation was about something happening, right? Sunday and Robin were talking about the Harmony, the Charmony Festival, something about her voice. We know, obviously, I don't know if the Robin that we meet from the start is Sparkle or not. I don't know. We also don't know when Robin died. So, if Sunday was aware that was Sparkle the whole time, and he let her stand in for him, that must have sucked for him. He must have been pretty pissed. That explains why he was upset with the scene after the main story ended. And again, I think people seem to think, right, that that scene happened in canonical events that we are seeing. But what you have to realize, what this video is trying to set up, what I've been trying to set up, we cannot rely on the series of events happening in the order that we're presented to them. We cannot. We don't know what Sunday and Robin are doing the entirety of the time that we're doing this story. I think it's possible, if Sparkle was really Robin when we met at the check-in, that scene could have easily happened right after we first arrive at Golden Hour, because we see Sparkle and Sunday there. Right there. And time works differently here. It does. It just does. Clearly, there's enough evidence for us to see that time is fluctuating. Whether or not it has to do with the dream, or like there might be a time lag or something within it. Or like how time works if you go from the dreams, like from the dreamscape of Penacony. Clearly, there's multiple dreamscapes, and I'll get into this later when they talk about like the true dreamscape. There's what Black Swan calls the primal dreamscape, and then there's what Misha, Clocky, and all of the other people call it, which is Dreamville. Which is, don't even get me started on Misha and Clocky. That's gonna come later. There's so much to unpack. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just keep going.
Have we met somewhere before?
Red text! Red text! Really weird. Yeah. So, she also has different voice lines depending on whether your Trailblaze is male or female. Yes! Yes, that's true. So, he's gonna go over it right here. Yep. If you're male, which I am, unfortunately, I chose male. I should have chose Stell because she's just better, but either way, yeah.
You evoke memories of an old friend.
When meeting Stell, Acheron mentions of feeling standing shoulder to shoulder with her. Yep.
In the haze of my recollections, she stood shoulder to shoulder with me.
Yeah, you fight her as a male.
It's a real dreamscape where we stood close, yet forever out of reach.
Yeah, if you're Callus, you fight. Yep. While for Callus, she mentions feeling of crossing blades with him. When talking with Acheron, some of her voice lines are shown red in color instead of the usual white.
What are the two of you doing here?
Later in the mission, it also seems like others cannot perceive her voice when this happens. Oh,
Penacony's rife with rumors now about the Watchmaker, a legacy, nightmares, and other mysterious tales.
You aren't hiding anything, are you?
holy shit. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. And this is just baseline, right? This is baseline tomfoolery that's gone on in this story. Baseline. The stuff with Misha, the stuff with Misha is crazy. It's crazy. Sorry for getting that close up. I know it's a lot to take in. Bear with me. That I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice, but that makes sense. It makes sense, because there's a lot of stuff that only we can see. I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that. One of the things I didn't notice.
Hiding? I don't think I'd be capable of that in front of a memo keeper. Since our...
Isn't Black Swan a memo keeper too? I'm pretty sure Black Swan was an emanator. I don't... Let's see. So far, we know of Herta, Fantilia, and Adventurine's boss, Diamond, to be an emanator. Okay, so I guess Black Swan isn't an emanator. I thought she was, but...
That? I don't think I'd be capable of that in front of a memo
I thought
keeper.
Black Swan was an emanator.
Since our
I guess
destination is
not.
the same, how
When you
about
try to
we join
decline her from
forces?
joining your team...
What do you think?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly. Could you repeat that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly. Could you repeat that?
Oh, holy Bro. Bro, what the? Holy Our text is red! It's... This is wild, bro. This is wild.
What's going on? That weird feeling is back again.
Thank you. I'm truly grateful.
It appears that she forcefully changes your options using the same red text. Again, this goes back to Adventurine and Acheron herself, and even somewhat Black Swan, saying that our choices don't matter. They don't. And again, this shows that, like, we cannot trust what we're seeing. Like, it's a total Inception mind going on right now.
Glad to be traveling with you
And again, Black Swan does not notice any of this happening. You guys have to understand, in lore, right? In lore, especially if Black Swan... Okay, it makes sense now that Black Swan isn't an Emanator. I thought she was, but clearly she isn't. But we know that she's clearly a powerful Memo Keeper. There are levels, obviously, levels of power between Memo Keepers and... between the Memo Keepers. And in lore, for Black Swan to not be able to notice Acheron doing any of this is crazy. Just... And Acheron openly taunts her, too. I wouldn't be able to do this in front of a Memo Keeper. And here she is!
I truly hope so.
And Black Swan notices something, right? She notices something going on. She's like, I don't trust you. But she can't pick it apart. At this point, it is clear that whatever this red text is not a simple aesthetic choice. Obviously. Either Acheron or someone else is tampering with Trailblazer's free will. Yes. Yep. 100%. If Adventurine is right about Acheron being an Emanator, altering fate and choices of an individual becomes possible for someone like her. True. Emanators are crazy powerful. Which means Jing Yuan isn't an Emanator. I mean, the Emanators... But which Eon's Emanator can seemingly have powers that can rival fate itself? Finality. Let's take a closer look at Acheron throughout this entire mission. Oh, let's do it, baby! When we arrive in Penacony, Acheron seemingly wanders into our room.
Friend. You haven't been in Penacony long.
Bro, he's zesty as hell.
You already know
They're
how
right.
to rope people into your cause.
Something you're jealous of.
I'm trying to find my own room too, and I heard
We also see
commotion.
another red text at this time.
So I came to take a look. Luckily, your door was open, or could have gotten dangerous. That man looked like he was up to no good.
However, she later struggles to find
Sorry,
her way
can
through
you
the corridors
point me
and
in the
lobby
direction of the
and
lobby?
asks for our help.
All these hallways really look the same to me. Are there...
The next
No
time we
staff
meet her,
members
it
here at
happens
all.
in a memory zone where she teams
Huh?
up with us.
What are you doing here?
It could be. I haven't played Honkai Impact 3rd, and I haven't gotten through all of Inazuma. But as far as I know, Raiden Mei, or who is the XP of Acheron? Acheron is the XP of Raiden Mei, or Raiden Shogun. But specifically, Raiden Mei is the first one. So, as far as I know, split personality, or like there being dual, split personalities of them is not uncommon with this character. So if that's what's going on, where like she's a different person when she draws her sword, and like that, I don't know, because she mentions her sword in a flash of red, right? and her sword has the red eye on it, which is, it's weird. It's weird. And it could be that it's constant. Jesus Christ, man. That's on purpose, but it could be that it's constantly seeping out and it affects her memory to a certain point. Like she can keep it under control for a bit, but like, I don't know, man. We'll have to learn more about her. But the memory loss is weird.
I was curious as to who was spreading them.
We see another
just
red
at the
text with no
messages
choice
described
but to
in the
accept
rumor.
her into the team. Oh, yep.
To think I actually ended up here. This room.
Soon after, Black Swan teaches
Why is
us,
it upside
including
down?
Acheron, how to walk on walls. Yes! No, I saw this. It's crazy because in the first... He's going to mention this. The first time we meet her in that dream, she already knows how to do this. And she can read our mind. She reads our freaking mind in that first meeting. The first dream sequence is crazy. It's insane.
The memory
Watch it,
zone
watch
is
him.
constantly shifting its
Watch him.
form. Looks
Because
like we'll have to think of a
Acheron, again, this is...
way to walk on the ceiling. I'll
Yep.
teach everyone some traversal.
She already
tricks
knows how to do this
used
before
in
we
the
do
memory
it.
zone.
Acheron already knows. She's even surprised that it actually worked in the end.
It worked. You really can.
And
walk
yet
up
she
walls.
knew, she told us how to do that in the first... Yep, here we go.
No.
Now if we go back to the
This
first time we
way.
met her while we were on the Express.
After you.
Yeah. Notice how
Am I
Acheron is
supposed to-
completely
How is this
unfazed.
impossible?
Yep. And then she reads our mind. See?
She can hear
Not only
the
that, but
thoughts
she
in
even
my
knows her way around the memory zone where she struggled before.
Why not?
And he didn't mention that, but she can also hear our thoughts. So if she could hear our thoughts at the start of it, and she can seemingly manipulate our choices and actions later on in the game, which is crazy that you can just miss that choice completely. It's insane. It's almost as if the Acheron we met here is not from the present. Yeah, exactly. It's not. She's not. No way. But from the future, yes. Yep. Such a power over time where one's future self meets with another's past. Only points to one very powerful Eon. Yeah, there we go. Bro, I called this. I called it at the start. The finality. Terminus. Which will also make Acheron an emanator of finality. Which explains her death. Because Black Swan's like, oh yeah, she signals death. Yep. Yep. I at first wasn't sure about this. Because I don't know, I know a little bit about the lore. But like, I don't know as much about it. I'm not sure which Eon is alive right now. I thought the finality was taken out. Or combined with another Eon. I don't know which Eon is alive. Like, currently, Ouroboros is technically alive, but gone somewhere. Like, we don't know where she is. And, like, it's weird. I'm not sure which Emanator is still around. But if she is an Emanator of finality, awesome. Awesome! If you don't know, Terminus to Eon of Finality exists backwards in time. Holy... That's crazy. As such, that which is future for us is past for Terminus. Which also means it has already witnessed the future of the entire universe. Holy... Oh yeah, that's right! That's right, because obviously he would have to. Or it would have to have already witnessed it. Which would explain... Oh my god. Bro, he's cooking. He's cooking! And surely enough, if you slow down the first cut... No shot! No shot! It's another one of those things. If you don't know, right? If you rewatch the Trash King... I don't know if it was the Trash King or the music video. But if you rewatch the Tatalog trailer or the music video... I don't know which one it is. If you go frame by frame... with Callus punching, going to punch, In one frame, it swaps from Callus to Stell. Like, who would find that? Why put that in there? No shot, dude. We can see the time when Firefly turns back to see us. No fucking... Oh, yeah, no, actually, yes. Yeah. When Robin checks up on us after we fall. Yep. Oh, no, I remember this. Very quickly. And we see Acheron walking backwards instead of forward. You know, I do remember there's like little flashes of things that happen. Yeah. Just like someone who exists backwards in time. You know what's crazy? And I just thought of this. Because I know that Raiden, Shogun, and I are split personalities. What if there are two different Acherons, and the current Acheron is in a blood debt? Because she says the blood debt. She's in a blood debt to the future Acheron. So like the current Acheron just walks around and does, you know, whatever, and she's kind of clueless and well, not clueless, but like directionally challenged, kind of like Zoro, like normal Zoro. But the future Acheron can jump in at any time. Just and the current like present Acheron has no control or knowledge of when she does it. The future Acheron just boop does it. And they have no like cognitive connection whatsoever. She can just boop pop into her body. That would be so fucking amazing to write with. The possibilities for a character like that. Yes, is it a plot device? 100%. 100%. 1,000,000,000%. Split personality is always a plot device. So like it's gonna vary on mileage. Like some people will like it, some people won't. For me, if it's done well, that's all I care about. All I care about. And it's not immediately like a 10% like bad thing. Like whereas time travel is kind of like 90% bad in most cases. This is, if that's what it is, it's very interesting. This also explains why her line about meeting her before also appears in red. Hold on.
I wish to know.
Yeah, we see Acheron walking backwards instead of forwards, just like someone who exists backwards in time. I'm telling you, I think that the future Acheron, if what I said...
Wish to know.
This
Have we
also
met
explains why her
somewhere
line about
before?
meeting her before also appears in red. It's possible that the red text are lines spoken by a future of Acheron. If the future Acherons aren't, like, the same. This also, the reason that we could be seeing all this stuff, could have something to do with the Stellaron inside our body. That's what I think, obviously. It has something to do with the Stellaron inside our body. And the Stellaron, we know, is... The Stellaron itself is Emanator level, if not, like, on par. It's weird, right? Like, you could say having a Stellaron inside us, not power-wise, but, like, you know, power as in fighting power-wise, but, like, overall power ability-wise, I guess, puts us on the level of some Emanators, potentially. Because we have no idea what the Stellaron inside us is doing. Or allows us to do. We have no clue. As far as we know, Herta hasn't really studied us yet. So, we have no idea. All Herta has done is used us for Simuni. Which is also crazy, because Eons just pop up to talk to us. Which is like, it's Akavili, but I also think it's to do with the Stellaron. And... Oh, man. Since it hasn't happened yet, others such as Black Swan don't see its existence. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I think it's still possible. It's still possible, my theory, about the future, like, her Acheron is not able to control her Emanator powers. I think that would be so cool. Which why? It would also explain why she hesitated to draw her sword. Because maybe that's the one time where she can. maybe that's the one time where she can control it. And like that emanator side, like that future emanator comes out. But when she does, she kills someone. Or multiple people. Like, who knows? Only the future Acheron knows. Which is, again, it falls sense with my theory of... my theory. I'm sure I'm not the only one to come up with this. But it falls sense with my theory that the future Acheron, if they're actually two separate people, like one's normal Acheron, the other's Emanator Acheron, or future Acheron is Emanator Acheron, if she's able to just jump into like present time Acheron's body whenever, it would explain why present Acheron is hesitant to draw her sword. Because she has no clue what future Acheron's going to do, or what she has done at all. No clue. And living like that would honestly cause someone just a bit of mental problems. So I understand. All of this also means that the first time we met with Acheron on the Express actually shows the last time we'll meet her in the future. Oh, and she kills us! Oh, damn, dude. And the swap could happen. Watch. And based on what happens in the end, yeah, she kills us, dude. Buh! Such are the powers of those that can harness the path of finality. Literally, like she's like the Grim Reaper. She's like the horseman of death. However, throughout our interaction with her, it seems like she unknowingly uses these powers. Bro, exactly. Exactly.
Shortly after we parted ways, I felt
it's almost like talking to a second Acheron who exists backward in time. Yeah, yeah. It just goes to further prove my point. Now, this scene, I don't know if he's going to talk about it, but I'm sorry for pausing so much. I just have so much I want to get out because there's so much here. I could probably be doing this a better way. I know some of you want to watch the video, but this is my reaction to it. So, woosah, calm down. Calm down. This scene is crazy, okay? This scene establishes a lot for you to think about. Number one, only we and Misha can see Clocky. But, notice here how nobody looks at Misha outside from us. She is looking at Acheron. It's hard to tell from the angle, but I'm pretty sure Firefly is looking at Acheron. Acheron might be talking to Misha here, but that would make sense that Acheron can sort of see Misha. But she could also be saying beside us, because Clocky is also beside us. But like, outside of this scene, right? Clocky's the only person that mentions Misha. And our dialogue options leading up to this also do not mention Misha. All we say, if I remember correctly, is that somebody is in trouble and Clocky wants us to help. And then we see, obviously both people can see Acheron. I don't know if anyone sees Misha outside of us. Because when we first see Misha in the hotel lobby, it doesn't seem like March 7th acknowledges him. At all. I could be wrong. I don't think March 7th acknowledges him. And then the next time we see him is in the actual Dreamville. We know that Clocky has a relationship with Misha. And Misha is also knows the birds. Who we know Firefly and other people can't see the birds. We are also the only people that can see the birds. Outside from Misha. The birds later in the dreamscape, in Dreamville, say that they're protecting Clocky's home. And waiting for Misha to show up. So they know Misha. Misha's eyes, people. Misha's eyeballs, his irises, are also keyholes. People. Bear with me now. Bear with me. We are the only people that can see Clocky and the birds. We also have very, very, I won't say concrete evidence, but like it's possible evidence that we are also the only people that can see Misha. If Misha isn't related to the Watchmaker's legacy, like, come on. Come on. His eyes are freaking keyholes. Moving on.
Spying eyes on me. I looked in the mirror and spotted a lady wearing a black veil. We had a deep conversation, but I won't bore you with the details.
The white text could be from the present Acheron, while the red text is from the future Acheron that exists backwards. Yes, so according to my theory, the white text is from present Acheron, and the red text is from Emanator Acheron, who she can control theoretically by drawing her sword. Well, can't control it. She can summon Emanator Acheron when she draws her sword. It's also interesting that you can pretend to ignore what's spoken in red text and only consider the white one.
I thought your heightened perception was caused by something the elegant memo keeper might have left in your mind. Now it seems to me there are many more special beings like her in this dream. Shortly after we parted ways, I felt someone's spying eyes on me. It's a shame that I forgot to ask her for her name. I only know that she's from the Garden of Recollection.
And all her consecutive voice lines still follow up on the last white text she spoke. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know if he's going to mention it here, but again, I think Firefly's looking at Acheron and not at Misha and Clocky. However, this kind of dialogue of hers only happens when other people are present with us. Now that we know about all the suspicious dialogues and behaviors of Acheron, could it be that Aventurine's claim that she's faking her identity and Galaxy Ranger is both right and wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely it could be. Acheron's not a Galaxy Ranger. Well, Emanator Acheron isn't yet, because she becomes one in her future. This will explain why even the IPC's vast information network cannot verify it. Because she isn't one yet. Holy! That's crazy. There's also another way to think about Acheron's red text. The new 2.0 relics, Pioneer Diver of Dead Waters, describes of a past incident which can match Acheron. It talks of the story between Freebass, a nameless, and most likely Acheron. The red flowers on the relic set also look similar to the ones in Acheron's art. Holy that's true. Oh my god. Freebass's goal was to locate Ix, the Eon of Nihility, a black hole, and enter it. But as expected, Freebass doesn't survive falling into Ix and seemingly dies, just like many others who tried before her. The databank describes that simply glancing at Ix can make you feel numbed and dejected. However, Freebass still somehow recalled her memories as she fell into Ix. Perhaps Ix might have acknowledged her resilience of not completely losing herself. But since she'll be dying soon, and maybe because of her promise to Acheron, Ix could have instead made Acheron the Emanator of Nihility.
This is the only advice I have.
After Firefly's incident, she also mentions of having a blood debt.
With a blood debt.
Yeah.
Why not?
Additionally, we have also seen
She
Acheron
can
reading
hear
our
the thoughts in my head?
Why not?
Since the Path of Nihility believes existence to be meaningless, it often makes one forget things and give up. Perhaps that's what is happening to Acheron and why she forgets things.
I tend to forget things, which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. The answer is inconsequential. Your spontaneous reaction is what matters.
The red text can also just be Akron directly speaking into Trailblazer's mind.
In the coming nights of Long, I'm afraid you will face many tribulations and witness many tragedies. And finally, your sight will only see black and white. But please believe me that in that monochrome world, there will be a glimpse of fleeting red. And when you make a choice, it will reappear before you once more.
Death in Penacony. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The first one that dies in front of us is Firefly, who's killed by a meme of death. Meme! And the second one is Robin, who we see in a dream pool inside the dreamscape.
One was a stowaway.
According
the
to
other
Sunday, Robin too was killed by the meme of death.
was you. Somehow, a
However, he uses
nightmare
the term
called
spiritual
death
death
has descended
when talking
upon
about death in
Penacony,
the dreamscape.
striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally.
Later in Black Swan / Sparkle Companion Mission, we again deal with the death of someone. It is emphasized that dying in dreams will at most wake you up in reality.
In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Even Akron kills us in the end when we first meet her to wake us up from the dream. The gameplay mechanic of the meme of death enemy also seems to have a way to bring someone back. If you decline Aventurine's offer and walk out of the dream near the end, we're told that the Shawnee Festival happens as expected once Penacony's crisis is resolved. And the main performer for this festival is none other than Robin, who's currently dead. So the family still has something planned to bring her back in the end. And in all this, Penacony has the blessing and protection of the Eon of Harmony.
There is no death inside Penacony's
Bro, Sparkle's so... Man, those thighs don't lie.
dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier.
So there are many things that point to the possibility that neither Robin nor Firefly is truly dead. Exactly. The last mission is also titled Whodunit, which means we don't know the killer. It can be entirely possible that Robin was not killed by death, but someone else.
Which one was the original door?
When Black Swan first rescues us from the meme of death, we hear many voices. Could they all be from people killed by death and are waiting to be rescued? Confusing is Black Swan's reaction to Firefly's death.
I know you're confused. And
She acts as if
sad.
Firefly is truly dead after being killed.
Whoever
inside a
that
dream.
girl might have been. A living soul. A memory that was meant to last. She simply vanished. Like the dissolution of bubbles in water. Disappearing in an instant.
As a memo keeper, she understands dreamscapes very well, which is what raises the possibility of a true death. Unless she's lying to us to make progress in her plan, so let's deal with Aventurine. In description of new light cone Destiny's threads forewoven, Black Swan mentions of this entire situation missing a card. So I'll add one in, she says. Halfway trying to focus on people death. Well, there's a lullaby of death in the description of the video. Could it be that Black Swan was the one who added the meme of death in the first place? Potentially. Another possibility could be that it was the IPC that added death in the dreamscape. The technology behind Penacony's original world was created by the IPC after all. So tampering the dreamscape to expose the dangers of Penacony's dreams to stop its business. and then ultimately taking back the former IPC property, this could be a viable plan. Yeah, true. I'm so glad. Oh, he's gonna talk about Misha.
Mr. Yang and the rest must
Yes! Yes! Yes!
be at the front desk. Let's hurry up and meet them there.
When you arrive at Penacony, March ignores him as he approaches us.
Welcome to the Reverie. May you experience an unforgettable holiday. If you need help checking in, please head straight to the concierge.
He's also got a gear on his necklace, bro. Like a clock gear. Come on, man. Come on. She even interrupts our conversation with him soon after.
I'm Misha, a bellboy working here on Penacony. Pleased to be at your service. If you need help with your baggage,
Over here. Something's not right.
should you need assistance with moving luggage to your room, feel free to contact me. Please, go ahead. Don't keep your friend waiting.
His eye's a keyhole! Later, when Clocky asks us to rescue Misha from some people.
What do you mean by all?
When we talk with the two, both Acheron and Firefly act as if Misha isn't there. Again! Yes! Bro! It's possible that Acheron is not referring to Clocky in this next line.
If Clucky really exists, that can explain a lot of things.
Huh. Can you see me too?
Watch as she looks straight towards Misha and not down, with Misha looking back at her.
I can feel the presence of something inexplicable next to you. But it's a shame that I can't communicate with him like you can. We can both perceive these extraordinary things in the dream, probably due to our ability to react to Memoria.
However, it is not like Misha's completely invisible to everyone.
You're gonna have to pay the price.
The gang members before specifically mentioned him instead of her, so they know Misha was there, unless it's a translation mistake. It's possible.
Punish him, Punish him, boss.
She's gone.
Even in the end, once Acheron
Shall
leaves,
we?
Firefly acts as if everyone left.
I'll
and
let
Misha
you get
doesn't
back to your
exist.
beeswax. Thanks, my great friend.
I really appreciate your help. The Nameless are indeed a bunch of talented people. May
Oh
our
my
paths
God.
cross again.
We also heard the name Mikhail many times throughout the mission. Yeah, I also thought that Misha could be Mikhail. And coincidentally, Misha is a diminutive name of Mikhail. Mikhail! Mikhail! Person in the cutscene who yells Mikhail also looks similar to Misha. True. Description of his keeping up with the Startup video also has redacted parts. His technique spawns a dream prison, which also looks like a clock. Yeah, again! Yup! He does a very good at repairing clocks all throughout the dreamscapes. Yeah. Even his Eidolon names seem suspicious for someone who's just a bellboy. We also know that his grandfather was a nameless like the Extra Express crew. Yeah, but he's not related to the Watchmaker's legacy. And it's also implied that the Watchmaker in Penacony is nameless too. Exactly. Well, I'm telling you. Misha also dreams of traveling to Cosmos and perhaps joining the Express crew. He's got the ticket. Could it be that Misha is related to the Watchmaker or the legacy that everyone's been searching for? Maybe Misha is what remains of Mikhail after so many years. Look! Look at the Star Rail Pass.
You can think of this as the entrance to the Golden Hour. I'm here to provide guidance to our guests.
I should remember his name.
Huh? you remember me? I'm so glad.
Perhaps not many, or only a handful of people actually know of his existence. Is he a real person or a mimetic entity, or just a dream of the watchmaker? It is also said that eyes are the windows to one's soul. Yup, here we go. Keyholes, baby! In Misha's case, they have keyholes, perhaps representing a locked soul. Whatever the case, Misha has been kept under the radar for now. Purposefully. 100% purposefully. I feel like he will definitely play an important role going forward. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely 100%. 1 trillion%. Yo! Here we go, bro. Here we go. This is gonna get crazy. Sam entered Penacony's dreamscape illegally and most likely with Silverwolf's help. Oh, absolutely with Silverwolf's help. If Silverwolf can hack reality, quote unquote, hack reality, she can absolutely hack the memory stuff. Yes. When we investigate Firefly's interaction with a mecha, yep.
Who forced her to go that way? And...
Mecca? What an intriguing statement. I recall the Bloodhound family is pursuing a criminal. A tall male in silver armor.
Yeah. Yep, and here's the thing, right? It's totally possible that Firefly is Sam, because it's totally possible that Firefly... We already know you don't need to be in the dream, pool, the dream pool, to enter... you don't need the hotel and the dream, pool to enter the dreamscape. We know that. You can just fall asleep. Or have a dream bubble. There are ways to get in there. Or Silverwolf, hacks you in. It's possible Firefly fell asleep inside Sam, inside the armor, and the armor just has an AI, like Cortana in Halo, or Jarvis in Iron Man. And we already know that robots can enter the dreamscape because we see Intellitrons and other robots in the dreamscape just in free roam. So it's totally possible. It appears that he deliberately led her to the lobby to get her killed by death. I don't agree with that. I think that he was trying to leave clues to get us to go to the lobby. I think that it was Sam trying to use us as bait, to get us killed by death. And Firefly didn't like that. So she was going to go to the lobby to try and stop that from happening. I don't think that Sam wanted to kill Firefly. I think this is also misdirection. I think that Firefly was trying to stop Sam from killing us, which is why Sam, who again, I don't think Sam wants Firefly to die. Sam locked her in that room to stop her from going out, so that we would find the lobby first. I think that's what happened.
Based on these fragmented pieces of information, it seems Firefly's companion betrayed her halfway and trapped her alone in this room, disappearing without a trace.
Was this part of Elio's script to get Firefly killed by Sam? No. No. Again, I think Sam locked her in this room to stop her from interfering with the plan of getting us killed. Which is why when she sees us, she's happy. She's like... Because when she shows up, if you watch the scene, I'm sure we're going to see it. You watch the scene, she's terrified. She's looking around like, and people are like, oh, well, she's looking for death. No, I think she's looking for our corpse. Because she's worried that she got to the lobby too late. And wasn't able to save us from death getting killed. Or from death killing us. I think she's totally fine sacrificing herself to save us. I think that's totally what happened. Again, I think this is misdirection. Call that a hot take, but I think it's misdirection. I don't think Sam or Elio wanted Firefly to get killed. I think Firefly was going against the script, but the script was to have us get killed, and Firefly didn't want that to happen. And so the script might have been, yeah. I think Elio also predicted this. If he's as omnipotent as we think with his time traveling, I think Elio also predicted this, which he predicted Firefly would die.
The Molten Knight, Sam, is reportedly a remnant of Glamoth's
Sam is
Iron
meant to be
Cavalry,
remnant of Glamoth's
a
Iron
genetically
Cavalry.
engineered warrior. He possesses superhuman perception and acts decisively. He'll leave no margin for error.
Yep.
This individual is every bit as dangerous as Kafka and Blade.
Should be Blade and Kafka, but we'll get there. Glamoth was an empire who built Iron Knights to fight against the invasion of the Swarm. The Empire created a weapon the Empress called Titania, who telepathically controlled these knights. She would use these knights to fight the Swarm, while also using them to protect herself. Stellaron hunters may have modified one such knight and assigned him a new Empress. Since these knights protected their Empress, could Sam and Firefly have a similar relationship? Yes. Yes, 100%. Did Elio's script demand Sam to do something which endangered Firefly? It could be that Sam changed plans to protect Firefly, and hence left her in the secret. Exactly, bro. Just what I said. Just what I said.
Why did you... This isn't what we agreed on.
The situation has changed, and it seems that companion has deviated from the original plan.
But after she was killed, he went on a rampage and destroyed everything in sight. That is when we meet him, at the place where Firefly was killed. Perhaps he was mourning her death as he failed to protect his Empress. Also, another interesting way Firefly and Sam could be related.
Entropy loss syndrome. Have you heard of this term? It's a strange condition.
Uh-huh. Explain it, girl.
Those suffering from it will experience an irreversible chronic dissociation of their physical structure.
Explain it! We know that Firefly suffers from a condition called entropy loss syndrome, ELS. And if you observe Sam, he's capable of generating immense amounts of heat within himself. High heat equals high entropy, which in theory can counteract Firefly's entropy loss. So it could be possible that Firefly uses the mecha suit to exist in reality to counteract her illness. Since we meet her in the dream, she doesn't need to wear the suit and can appear without it. Yep. When Sam meets us for the first time in German, French, and Spanish, he refers to himself as Huntress. Ooh. Could it be that the suit gains sentience in the dreamscape and is moving on its own? Yes. That's literally what it is. Yes, 100%. 100%. This is true, and also the second theory that he said is true. Where she is the Empress, but he acted to protect her because the script said that we were gonna die. And she wanted to protect us. Yeah. Since its owner was a girl, the suit also thinks of itself as a girl. Why is Acheron? What the hell? Okay. We also don't know why Acheron does not fight the meme of death. True. When she fights Sam, we can see her move swiftly and could have easily saved Firefly. Acheron appears to know something, which is why she deliberately allowed Firefly to die. If assuming she's Finality's Emanator, does the future she seek require Firefly's death? Was it a form of necessary sacrifice for what's to come later? Possible. Or if she's Nihility's Emanator, does she simply think it's meaningless to save her? Unlike others we've seen in Penacony so far, Acheron's goals are still unknown. What reason does she have to steal an invite and enter the dreamscapes of Penacony? Aventurine is trying to get Penacony back for the IBC and also searching for Watchmaker's legacy. Sunday and Robin's goal is to make the Charmony Festival a success, to spread the words of the family. Black Swan is here to obtain some truly unique memories. Yeah, of course. Sparkle, as a masked fool, Sparkle does as she pleases while skillfully avoiding taking any sides. The Astro Express is here to enjoy the Charmony Festival. Firefly and possibly Sam are here for the Watchmaker's legacy. But it is still mostly unknown what Elio is planning this time. Yeah, true. Sampo Koski! When we're with Firefly and meet Sampo. There are two mistakes he does, which Sampo would never make. Yep. March. The first one's March.
Oh, Miss March.
First is
Don't
forgetting
you
how March
remember
7th
me?
looks like.
After all the favors I did for you all in Bellabog.
Sampo never forgets anyone he meets, especially the Astral Express crew.
It's my pleasure to meet you.
And the second, the way
my
he
name
introduces
is
himself.
Sempo. And
He
I'm
also,
an old pal of...
he always introduces himself as Sampo Koski. Sampo Koski. Yep,
and
true.
I'm an old pal of hers.
So during this entire meeting, the Trailblazer only met with Sparkle disguised as Sampo. Yep. However, Black Swan has met with the real Sampo in her companion mission. The hotel staff also complains about blue-haired merchant that's causing problems recently. Yep, I saw this. Dreaming device. Over 10 individuals have fallen victim to this scam. It's funny how the Trailblazer never once met with the real Sampo during their time in Penacony so far. He's apparently arrived to collect his mask from the masked fool Sparkle. It could potentially hint to a 5-star version of Sampo who used the powers of his mask. Maybe Bellabog will face another crisis in the future, and this new Sampo with mask helps. Thanks for watching. It's true. It's true. I don't think I know Tectone is worried, right? By the way, amazing fucking video. Holy, if you're not subbed to this guy, I think I am, or I am just now. Give that video a like, hit the sub button. Great work, great work. But yeah, I don't think Honkai Star Rail is going to abandon its characters. I really don't. We're still not done with pretty much any story on the Sanjo Alliance. None of those stories got conclusions, so they're all still up in the air. Bellabog, even with this, is hinting that another crisis could happen. It's coming back. Like, we're not done. But yeah, that was amazing. Oh my God, it's hour. Jesus. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around, me and my yap fest. Thank you so much. And yeah, Penacony is getting interesting, boys. Really interesting. Do all the good things, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.